Over the last couple of weeks, Squad has been testing its complete overhaul of infantry combat. Now, what this overhaul is doesn't sound too good on paper because pretty much what it's doing is reworking or completely reworking how recoil is handled. Now, what recoil is going to be like in the infantry overhaul and the gameplay you're seeing is from the tests that have recently gone on, is that instead of just vertically climbing with a little bit of horizontal recoil, you will still get that, but also the sights will misalign. So it's like the gun sort of twists and sort of goes diagonal a bit. You can see that sometimes when I shoot in the gameplay. It's pretty much, instead of looking straight down the barrel of the rifle, you're not going to be able to sort of really do that because it's going to misalign. So yeah, when you start shooting, you're going to be less accurate, which sounds horrible. You want to be accurate because you want to get your shots in. Also, they're adding in a weapon stabilization feature. If you look at where my compass is, when I have a weapon equipped, you'll see these two squares which keep like getting closer and moving further apart, and that's representing how stable you are. The more you move around and sprint, of course, they're going to be sort of wider apart because you're not going to be able to sort of stop and get your sights up and be like perfect with your aim straight away. You need to stable yourself and pretty much get your rifle shouldered properly and stuff like that. I think that's what that's trying to represent. So you're not going to be able to quickly sprint, ADS, and quickly like one-shot someone. You're going to have to play a bit more slower. And again, that doesn't sound good on paper. To other people that play realistic and sort of more milsim type games, they probably like that idea. But myself, coming from Hell Let Loose, on paper, this sounds like pretty bad because one of the reasons I didn't play Squad that much since buying it when it released in early access is because it's quite a bit of a slower game, especially when compared to something like Hell Let Loose. The goal that the devs want by changing the weapon handling is to basically make firefights last longer, because instead of just being able to quickly ADS and sort of twitch aim at someone and take them out, you're going to have to rely on your squad more and probably rely on a bit more of like a volume of fire instead of just those single pinpoint accurate shots. But you still can get those accurate shots, you just won't be able to get them straight away. Also, they're reworking suppression, and suppression is a lot more effective. So people that play machine gunners, especially machine gunners, you're going to be a lot more effective in suppressing people. And myself, coming from Hell Let Loose, machine gunners in Hell Let Loose, yeah, they're effective at suppressing people, but because of how weapon handling works in Hell Let Loose, where you ADS and you're 100% accurate straight away, most of the time when you see an MG, you can just quickly ADS, quickly lean out, and just bang, one shot kill them. But in Squad, that's not going to happen. So on paper, what they're doing with Squad is making you as an individual less effective with your weapon, not being able to handle it as well, and you're going to need to rely on your squad a bit more, and you're going to be able to suppress the enemy but be suppressed a bit more. And since I just started playing Squad again, just before they had the first infantry playtest, I've been able to really directly compare these two different ways of playing, I guess you could call them. And I am finding the infantry overhaul tests a lot better, a lot more engaging, and really more fun than Squad as it is now. So I am like super looking forward to when this infantry overhaul actually comes out to the main version of the game. I don't know when that is yet. I don't think they've actually announced any like release date for it, but it definitely felt so much better than like normal Squad. I think one of the reasons why like with this way of playing with the infantry overhaul where you need to rely on the squad a bit more works so well, maybe it's just because it's the test environment which would generally grab in people that are more interested or more involved with Squad and play it a lot more. But the squads I've been playing with in Squad, especially in the playtest, they generally have been working together a lot better, communicating a lot better, and the squad leader's actually been leading the squad and doing what a squad leader is meant to do. And coming from Hell Let Loose, you do get a lot of squads that generally won't even have a squad leader, or the squad leader won't really do anything or communicate. So this has been like really, really good for me. My experiences playing this playtest over the last couple of weeks, because they've had 2 separate playtests so far on each of the weekends, have been like super, super positive. As I've said, generally the squads have been sticking together and working together. But when it comes to the firefights, yeah, I think what the devs want this overhaul to do in terms of extending the duration of firefights, I think it definitely is achieving that. One thing I haven't mentioned yet is that they're reworking all the scopes that actually give you magnification by doing picture in picture, which pretty much means when you look through a magnified scope, it's going to render like a separate scene, a magnified scene, and that's going to go through your scope. And yeah, it's a little bit of a frame rate hit because your game is pretty much rendering two different things, but those picture in picture scopes look awesome. But there's a big negative when you take magnified scopes in, such as an ACOG, because that's going to take you a little bit longer to get stabilized and get like a clear picture when looking down that scope. And because of that, I think it's made like non-magnified scopes and iron sights a lot more useful. And when playing like the normal version of Squad, we'll say, I generally like to take the magnified scopes because I think they are just better. But when this overhaul lands, I think people, will be using iron sights or maybe the non-magnified scopes a bit more than they would do now. So because of these recent experiences I've had with Squad, you will be seeing more Squad gameplay on the channel, not just from the infantry playtest, but from the standard version, I guess we could say, of Squad, because I need to play Squad until the overhaul comes out because I need to get more experience with the game. And with that, then maybe I can start making some guides like I've done for Hell Let Loose, maybe like a new review of how Squad is now and when the overhaul comes out. It's something I want to get like a lot more into and more into the Squad community. I'm also going to try and get involved in some actual planned events, maybe some One Life events or like planned operations that will have set sort of rules and objectives instead of just the standard Squad mode. And I have had a little bit of experience with these events in Squad before, maybe like last year or a couple of years ago. It's been a while, to be honest. But I did find that when you play these planned events, because you're playing with people that want to play this event, it's again a lot more like organized and the teamwork is like through the roof, and it was just awesome to play through. So I need to get back involved with the Squad community, get in there just a little bit more or a lot more than I am now, because I'm pretty much like way on the outside of the Squad community. I don't know when the next infantry playtest is. The weekend before this video was published, that was when the last one was. If you want to find out when the next one is, probably the best thing to do is to join the Squad Discord because they will announce it on there. If you have played the playtest, let me know down in the comments below what you think of it compared to the standard version of Squad, or even if you've been playing the playtest without playing the normal version of Squad, again, let me know. So subscribe to the channel if you want more Squad content. Give this video a like if you liked it, dislike if you didn't. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you on the next one.